time to start the day. Start your day off running and you feel like you're about to puke. Everything else is better from then on.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's up, Fishtank people? Dustin's Fishtank bringing it to you on a Greenhouse Saga Sunday. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. In today's video, we're going to bring you up to speed on the next greenhouse. We're going to talk about some greenhouse design plans. We're also going to talk about the lady. And we're going to talk about a little bit of red tape I ran into with the city. First things first, I want to bring you all up to speed on what's been going on with this greenhouse. If you are just joining us, let's take a little quick step back. All right, it was over 365 days ago. This is being filmed in June 2018. In May 2017, I put my first offer in on the greenhouse fail.0. At May this time last year, I offered him $75,000. He countered at $115,000. I walked away with ice cold negotiating veins. I came back in October and I offered him $80,000, to which he accepted my offer. I had to get a conditional use. I had money in escrow. 11 people came to my conditional use hearing, including the lady, and killed my deal. Note, that video was about 20 minutes long. Each one of those 11 people got to talk for 10 minutes, so I sat there for almost 2 hours listening to people kill something that I've been working on for a year. It stings, but y'all want the quick version. That's the quick version. Fast forward. Last month in April on 4/20.
Bro, Dustin bought a greenhouse on 4/20, bro. Oh, it's epic, bro.
I closed on the piece of property for Greenhouse 2.0. I do want to make a quick note about the lady and all her friends. The other day I actually drove past that property and it looks great. The weeds are overgrown everywhere. I can't believe they killed my deal and get to stare at something that actually looks worse now than if I had gone into it. Truth be told, I dodged a huge bullet, and in fact, that property has gone into foreclosure because the guy owes too much money on it. Dusty dodged a huge bullet, but it does feel good to see it looking uglier than it would have been if I had been in there. Fast forward, let's talk about the land I have today.
I made it like that. I bought it like that. I'm living like that.
So the deal falls through, Dusty cries on camera, but then quickly regroups like a cat and buys property in Nicholasville instead of Fayette-Nam. And we're pumped about it. The new location is way better property. In fact, as luck would have it with the fish tank guys, there's actually a bypass being planned to expand right near the property I just purchased in Nicholasville, as well as a soon connector to I-75. Location, 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 location. Oh, did I mention it's also zone B1, which means basically I can do whatever I want, provided I go through the right steps, and it can be open to the public, unlike fail.0 greenhouse, where I wouldn't be allowed to have people come over and visit. Y'all know I miss actually seeing real live fish tank people in the person, touching y'all and everything. To give you some perspective on how I roll, you longtime subscribers might recall how quickly I put together this greenhouse over here. I had the idea, and within 10 days, while my wife was in Vegas with her friends, I had a concrete guy come and put a 12-foot by 24-foot slab. This should be no problem, right? Everything should move super quickly. Not so fast. But folks, unlike the greenhouse in my backyard, this is new construction. This is Dustin's first time with new construction, and apparently these things take time. You also need what's called engineers to make sure it is done properly. You might recall the grievances that I had on fail.0 when all 11 people came and killed my deal. One of the many things that they brought up was how it was never zoned properly, it was built too close to the property lines, doesn't have a building permit, blah, 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 blah. Guess what? I actually learned something despite the fact that I had to pay about $1,500 that I'm never going to get back, and that is this. When I do this property, I'm going to make sure it's done right. Everything's going to be built to code. Everything's going to be up to snuff. Everything is going to roll properly. And apparently this stuff takes time. But there is good news. Let me explain. See, unlike in Fayette-Nam, in Jessamine County, everything moves a little quicker, a little speedier. So I had to make sure my number one concern was taken care of, and that is the conditional use. The night I called of the conditional use meeting, I called and they basically told me, no, you're good, you don't need a conditional use, you're gonna be zone B1, which is lovely, okay? So I'm zone B1. I don't even need to go to the conditional use meeting. In the words of the Wu-Tang Clan, you still gotta protect your neck, kids, so I got my neck protected. I got that in writing, and we are good on the conditional use. But now we need to present a final development plan to the city of Nicholasville. And guess who can't create a final development plan? Your boy Dusty. Here come the engineers. So while I don't need a conditional use, I do need a final development plan that needs to be done by engineers. Look, this makes sense. If I was on the Planning and Zoning Board of Nicholasville, I'd want to know what any kind of business being built in the city was going to be with, as far as how's the water coming in, what are they doing for electric, what are they doing for septic, what are they doing for runoff, blah, 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 blah. So I hire the best in town. Look, wise man knows he is not wise. Guess what I don't know anything about? Engineering. Guess what my father-in-law, the wise man Poppy, knows a lot about? Engineering. Guess what my dude Kurt knows a bunch about? Engineering. I get a quote from the supposedly best guys in town, Banks Engineering in Nicholasville. Two people that know way more than me say, yeah, this looks like a good deal, do this. You'll have professionals looking out for you, yada, yada, yada. So I hired these guys. I had no idea how much engineered plans would actually cost, however, but it is what it is. You want it done right. These are the people to do it. So they develop a final development plan for me. Note, I do have to give a shout out to my man Javier out in California, who went through and created these preliminary designs to make my vision, and vision is everything, more clear to present to these engineers, to the city. Oh, Javier, love you, brother. Thank you for all your help. And he did it on the free, which is always good. So I have my final development plans in place. Time to go to the final development plan meeting. The final development plan meeting is scheduled for the day after Memorial Day. All right, so I am feeling great about the situation. I forked over more money than I expected to hire professionals to do what professionals do with the city. They're gonna move the process forward for me. They're gonna get everything finally developed. In a final development meeting, they actually called and spoke to Nicholasville Planning and Zoning Commission to confirm what day the meeting was. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling like everything is kind of finally falling into place. I've got a final development meeting, like the final meeting is going to happen, and I'm feeling great. I'm coming off of a 3-day weekend. I'm feeling fantastic. And as I am on my way to the meeting with Andrew queued up to film it all for you all, this happens. You want to know what greenhouse luck is? It's May 29th. I'm supposed to have a final development meeting tonight. It's 7:19. I'm here at my office getting some stuff done because it's on the way to Nicholasville. I get a call from my engineer saying they canceled the meeting. So the meeting isn't until the next month. Even though they said there was going to be a meeting in May, there's no meeting in May, which means I can't get my approvals, which means I can't get started until June 25th. Now, my engineer says we're going to keep moving or whatever, and I'm not going to have a problem getting approved. I swear to God, I'm like, this is jinx. Like, I'm like not meant to have this thing. God. That's right, folks. The Greenhouse Saga continues. Hit the like button, subscribe button, share button, and drop me a comment on what you think about the way this Greenhouse Saga is going. The saga continues. Tank on, everybody. Later.
I made it like that. I bought it like that. I'm living like that.